Dog raised 3 tiger cubs, but 2 years later, something shocking happened. A Labrador named Lou lovingly raised 3 abandoned tiger cubs as her own, providing them with the warmth and care their mother had denied them. As the cubs grew, they had to be separated from their devoted foster mom for their own safety. But 2 years later, something truly extraordinary happened, something no one could have ever predicted. Shilin, a dedicated animal and environmental conservationist, has made it his mission to help animals in need, caring for them with all his heart. He works part-time at the zoo in his hometown, where he nurtures and tends to the animals with unwavering devotion. Beyond his job, he has rescued countless animals in distress. Then, one day on his way to work, he spots a dirty, abandoned Labrador puppy on the side of the road, setting the stage for yet another remarkable rescue. Unable to ignore the helpless puppy, Shilin scoops her up and takes her with him. He brings the little Labrador to the zoo, where she can receive proper care, love, and a safe place to grow. Hoping she will one day become a loyal protector of the territory, he names her Lou. As she settles in, the playful and gentle pup quickly wins over everyone at the zoo, becoming a beloved favorite among staff and visitors alike. Faithful Lou follows her rescuer and owner everywhere, curiously observing the majestic predators behind their enclosures. Shilin, deeply committed to wildlife conservation, is an active member of several organizations dedicated to protecting animals across the globe. His dedication doesn't go unnoticed. He frequently receives calls from fellow conservationists seeking help in finding shelter for abandoned or sick animals. Without hesitation, Shilin does everything in his power to provide these vulnerable creatures with care, comfort, and a second chance at life. 3 years after Lou's rescue, an employee of a charity organization calls Shilin and tells him about 3 little tiger cubs who are left without a tiger mom, and if the cubs are not helped immediately, they will most likely die. Shilin thinks about how to help the poor creatures, although this is an unusual practice for the guy because he is used to saving birds and smaller city animals. Shilin promptly organizes for the cubs a new cozy home in the zoo where he works. The most important problem remains to be solved: how to feed babies who have just recently been born and refuse to drink milk from a bottle. After the local veterinarians are convinced that the tiger cubs are not sick and can grow into big, formidable tigers, Shilin comes up with a crazy idea. He brings his favorite Lou into a cage with 3 cubs, who, to the surprise of the other zoo employees, not only does not drive the cubs away, but also approaches the babies, sniffing each of them in turn. After that, the friendly Labrador shows the cubs that she is not a threat to them, and the tiger cubs that have lost their mother are happy to snuggle up to her soft, fluffy sides. Lou, who recently gave birth to her own puppies, allows the tiger cubs to drink her warm and extremely tasty milk, and the hungry cubs immediately pounce on the treat and do not want to let go of the big and kind dog. Shilin and his colleagues are happy to realize that his idea turned out to be right. The huge Labrador, without a second thought, showed care and maternal instinct towards the strange cubs, recognizing them as his own and replacing the lost mother with the tiger cubs. For the next 3 months, Lou continues to feed and care for the cubs as if they were her own puppies until the cubs grow a little and are able to feed on their own. Thanks to Labrador's nutritious milk and her care, the cubs grow very quickly and gain strength. So the local veterinarian is happy to note that nothing poses a threat to the life and health of abandoned tiger cubs. Even when the cubs grow up and catch up in size with their protector, Lou still continues to look after and care for them as if they were her own cubs, and the playful trio considers the good-natured dog to be their only real mother. However, there comes a time when Labrador and the cubs have to part ways, since it's time for the cubs to adapt to life with other representatives of their species, and their significantly grown claws and fangs begin to pose a danger to their adoptive mother. Shilin had no plans to ever arrange a reunion between Lou and the cubs she had raised, but 2 years later, fate decreed otherwise. One day, right in the middle of summer, a powerful typhoon, the strongest in recent years, hits the city. Zoo staff, including Shilin, struggle to protect all the animals from the terrible weather and get each of them to safety. Unfortunately, incessant rain and strong winds separate Lou from her owner and the dog. Distraught with fear, he unsuccessfully tries to find shelter from the typhoon. Not finding the owner, Lou instinctively rushes to the enclosure with the tigers and manages to jump inside, deciding that this is the only way to salvation. Shilin sees what is happening from the outside, realizes that a big disaster may happen, and rushes to the enclosure with the fearsome predators without delay. At the same time, Lou begins to back away towards the fence when 6 adult tigers notice the pitiful and soaking wet Labrador and approach her menacingly. For a tense moment, it seems inevitable that the powerful striped predators will pounce, tearing the shivering dog apart. But just as they close in, 3 young tigers suddenly step forward, blocking their path. These are the very same cubs that Lou once rescued and raised, and now it is their turn to protect their devoted adoptive mother from the sharp claws and fangs of their own kind. Witnessing the trio of young tigers unexpectedly come to the dog's defense, 6 older predators decide not to challenge them and retreat, leaving their would-be prey unharmed. As the storm rages on and the other predators return to their shelter, the 3 young tigers remain by Lou's side, shielding their beloved foster mother with their powerful bodies, standing protectively over her until the very last moments of the typhoon. Shielding her from the rain and wind, the tigers showed they had never forgotten the love and care she had given them when they needed it most. Those who witnessed the moment were astonished and moved by the unbreakable bond between 2 vastly different species, a connection that had remained just as strong, even after 2 years of separation. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.